Gemini, happy Lionsgate energy. This message is timeless, but it is in the energy of the Lionsgate. So we're going to do a 4 directions reading, starting off with an animal totem to be your messenger from the divine to affirm and confirm your reading, your signs and your messages. Always remember, it is your intuition, Gemini, that is most important. It's what you resonate with, what you identify with in these cards that come out. I'm only doing a collective reading and tuning into the messages that are most imperative for people to receive. So, angels, ancestors, divine guides, spirit, the great power that holds up and creates worlds, the first source and center, the Akashic records in the great halls of wisdom. We ask for a message. The eagle, power, creation, illumination, and exploration. We ask for a message. A clear, precise, and protected message as we open this portal to communicate with you. We ask that only the highest vibrations and highest manifestation energy comes through and nothing else. In great gratitude and appreciation, we say Amen. Amen Ra. What message do we have? Interesting. I think Aquarius got this same, the air signs got this same card, but I'm going to hold off on telling you what this card is until after we do the reading. And then once we do the reading, fix this light, there we go. And then once we do the reading, we'll come back to the card. Okay, turn up the lights a little bit. So we have that going on, So the 4 directions reading based on the 4 great powers within. Wisdom, illumination, innocence, and introspection. And basically mind, soul, emotions, body. All those selves. Your emotional self, your spiritual self, your physical self, and your mental self. 4 great directions. Of course, communication. That's so funny. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. I don't want to be annoying. Yeah. You know, let's see. Because I started your reading and before I had done the what was the other card I had done? I'm just going to put this to the side. I had started your reading before I got the prayer out. 2 cards flipped over and I wanted to just do it from... And I just wonder, I can't remember what the other card was though. I think it was this one. Oh wait, it was this card, not that card. Boy, those are really similar. Sorry, Gemini. I think it was this one. Yeah, that was it. But I'm just curious, so I'm going to leave them to the side as well. But we have, and the reason why is because I wanted to look at those because we have a lot of air beings right now. We have the eagle medicine on the bottom of the deck, and this is absolutely phenomenal. This is the overall energy of the cards on the table, and yeah, conscious channeling. Air energy, and this is sun energy, but it is an air being. You know, the eagle represents the east, the medicine of the east, great grandfather, sun. So this may be an ancestor who is with you, supporting you, guiding you, a grandfather. It could be a recently you know, a grandfather that has passed over. It could be a grandfather from way back. But this is eagle medicine, and this is, they call it or describe it in the literature that this is medicine of the highest order, and it has landed by your side to remind you to soar to great heights, that you can rise above, that you can rise up. The energy is a breakthrough or an advancement, a promotion. Sky is the limit. And so the eagle is here to remind you of that. And we'll find out if there's going to be, it looks like definitely there is a breakthrough and a rising up here for sure. And so this is very powerful medicine that is with you right now. I love it. I absolutely love it. So we have the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck for guiding through lunar and seasonal changes. And, you know, the moon doesn't just affect, as we know, water signs. It affects us as water beings, beings that are made up of 70% water. So I like to incorporate the moon in the readings, but we're going to just use this oracle to help clarify, get them ready. All right, so first up, we're going to do a little bit of digging into the chakra healing, because in your north position, which is wisdom, your choices, what's going on with your, you know, your mental self, we have the throat chakra. Some of you have something to say. Some of you, this is about, and this is so Gemini, you know, as being an air sign, about communicating with love, filtering the things that you say through your heart. This is also, some of you may sing, you may rhyme, you may have it's time to use your voice. It's time to sing. It's time to say what you have to say. But let's go further into this by first talking about the throat chakra and seeing it, because I would, whenever the chakras come up, I always read them, because I was fascinated in my own discoveries to find how much how much a chakra being out of alignment, or how much of a chakra, or being, you know, needing to be activated, needing to be cleared, needing to be balanced, how it actually does affect your physical and emotional self, right? So that's why I got this book, and it's been amazing. So let's see where you fall. How is your throat chakra? We're going to go, listen, let me just read it. The first of the spiritual chakras, the throat chakra. Let me put on my readers. The first of the spiritual chakras. And I do suggest that you either take a screenshot or pause, come back and pause on the sacred geometry in any of these cards, because there is sacred geometry embedded, and it's interesting when you meditate on the cards, the geometry that you see that is kind of hidden and comes out, and how the sacred geometry begins to tell a story and begins to kind of move. I don't know, that's my experience, so I would just suggest that. But the first of the spiritual chakras, the throat chakra, has much to do with our true, authentic voice, where faith and understanding combine. When the throat chakra is out of harmony, we have difficulty speaking our truth or expressing ourselves, feel silenced and judged for what we say, feel out of alignment with who we are, and feel out of touch with our will to live. When the throat chakra is in harmony, our will to live is strong, and we are able to follow our dreams. We speak our truth, where we say what we mean and mean what we say. We express ourselves easily, creatively, and authentically, listen to our inner voice, and have a balance between silence and speech. Knowing when to use your voice. Other names, the fifth chakra. Location at the front of the base of the neck, at the hollow of the collarbone. Color is light blue. Element is sound. Affirmation, I speak. Glands, thyroid and parathyroid. Physical body parts, throat, trachea, neck, vertebrae, mouth, teeth and gums, esophagus, hypothalamus, shoulders, arms, and hands. Life lesson, to speak and receive the truth. Physical dysfunction, raspy or sore throat, mouth ulcers, gum difficulties, TMJ. I think TMJ, I forgot what it stands for, but I think that's when you grind your teeth. Stiff neck, scoliosis, swollen glands, and thyroid problems. Mental/emotional issues, strength of will, personal expression, following one's dream, using personal power to create choice and capacity to make decisions, addiction, judgment, criticism, and faith. And so we are in this interesting mental and emotional. And then we have the physical. Possible causes of energy blocks: difficulty in expressing oneself, withholding or swallowing words, suppressing creative talents. Crystals: turquoise, blue kyanite, aquamarine, celestite, iolite, sodalite, lapis lazuli. Essential oils: lavender, rosemary, frankincense, German chamomile, and hyssop. The throat chakra. That's so there. That should give you an idea of where you're at with it. You know, is your throat chakra working? Because this is either going to be an affirmation, confirmation, or motivation. You know, so for the wherever the collective's at. Yeah, fear. There's something that someone is afraid to speak their truth. Someone is afraid to say what they feel. Someone is afraid to express themselves, or fear is constricting your voice. Let me to 37, and the interesting though is we have 37 on this card, which is a 10, a completion, something coming to an end, something coming full circle. So this is about speak up, choose your words wisely, and truth through love. The unspeakable is spoken, and the spoken never heard but felt by the masses across the earth. This mandala brings powerful guidance and healing of the throat chakra. It is important to acknowledge the power of one's voice and the impact it may have on others, the collective consciousness, and your own vibration. The voice is a sacred portal to one's truth. This card brings a reminder that our truth is infinitely governed by the power of love. If there is no love within your words, how can you be speaking from your heart? Speaking one's truth is a powerful act, and it's one's actions that will reverberate across all levels of space and time. So allow the gateway of your heart to speak directly through the throat chakra, filtering all thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? Does it improve upon the silence? Things to think about before we speak. And also, you know, being gentle with yourself. I heard that, picked that up while I was reading. Being gentle with yourself, speaking gently to yourself. But we had fear. And fear, this, you know, there's something you're afraid to say. There's something that needs to be said. It's a truth that needs to be spoke. And it looks like the fear card, this is about having courage in the face of fear. That fear blocks flow. That fear keeps you small. It keeps your light dim. It keeps, it's a prison. It's trying to, you know, lock you in place. Or, I'm sorry, it can lock you in place for moving forward. But there's something that you need to say, a truth that you need to speak, Gemini. And some of you, it's time to step up and write that song, sing that song, write that rhyme, you know, and that fear may be affecting you that fear may be affecting you in the way of not stepping up and being afraid to step up and use your voice. So now we have the Light Seers Tarot. We'll use to clarify. Yep. First card out the deck is the Pisces full moon. Pisces energy, the moon card, not the Pisces full moon, the moon card. And this is Pisces energy, Piscean energy, and this is about releasing that fear. because it's blocking your flow. It's blocking you talking to the divine. It's blocking you from your authentic self. It's blocking you from hearing your authentic voice and those messages that you're getting that guide you. The moon card is exactly about that. It's about using and trusting your intuition. It's about its dreams. But there's a deep emotional ocean within you. And I love how underneath here, there's like space is underneath here, like outer space. But there's these deep emotions that need to come to the surface and be transmuted so that you can hear clearly. But definitely releasing your fear. Releasing your fear so you can trust your intuition, trust your inner voice. Now we have, this is the energy of great-grandfather's son. And we've had, we're in the Lion's Gate energy, so we have that energy coming in. We've had a lot of solar and geomagnetic storms, which is why there's been so many heat waves. But you got in your spiritual, and I love it. I love it. I love it. In your spiritual, in the East, in your spiritual self, where you find illumination, guidance, connection. You have Ra, the sun god. Amen Ra, the sun god. And this is a powerful card. And there's that rising up. Another form of rising up. It's time to ascend. It's time to reignite. This is a card of power. This is a card of optimism, celebration, joy. It's your time. It's your time to ascend to the top of this pyramid. This is beautiful energy. I mean, what else? I mean, to have the sun god in your illumination position. And what's, yeah, self-reflection. It's time to open to new beliefs about yourself, Gemini. You know, this is a card of really taking a look at yourself and being honest about what needs to go, what needs to stay. You know, that self-reflection and acting upon self-reflection. It's so healthy. You know, we see a lot of people out there in the world that don't self-reflect, that everyone else is the problem. Everyone else is the root of the problem, the issue, and they're even though they're the common denominator in every one of those situations, because they don't reflect and they don't take action on those reflections. Like, you know, all right, I could speak a little nicer to people. I could speak a little nicer to myself. You know, I'm hard on myself. You know, I say things sometimes, and you know what I'm saying? Does it really make the situation better when I say it? And also your authentic self, how you see yourself, and how does that align with your authentic self, who you authentically want to be. But this card, this energy is always opening to a new, larger possibilities, opening to a new reflection of yourself. Doesn't have to be bad at all. What do we got with the tarot? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And this is the energy of planting those seeds, sowing those seeds, and receiving the crop, the harvest. Putting your time and energy and focus into something that you want to manifest. It can be a card of like analyzing and waiting to see if your efforts have paid off, but it looks to me as if that you have done, Gemini, some self-work. You have done some self-reflecting, and you have planted new seeds. New seeds for the future. And you have this sunlight here, you know, how symbiotic, right? There's a new version of yourself that's growing, and it's because you've done the work, you know. And there's a rising up, right? And the reason why I know there's a rising up, because in the emotional position we have the sacred serpent, which has been coming out, which is interesting with the Lion's Gate energy, because this is a light coming from the darkness. This is shedding an aspect of yourself. This is Aztec energy, fire energy. This is Kundalini energy. This is about, you know, this is the sacred serpent, you know, a metamorphosis, a change, a growth. Light from the darkness, shedding an aspect of the past, transforming challenge into creativity. In its regard to a transition that you're going through, you are encouraged and supported to enter the Aztec temple of the Serpent of Light. Another one of the signs got these same two cards. I don't know, in the same position, but the Aztec temple of light, and there's the Aztec temple, which is about, again, ascension, rising up, reigniting the flame and the light to life. You know, your power, your optimism, all that. And then you have this rising of the serpent stepping into this temple and rising up toward the light. I mean, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful that these two came out together. How symbiotic. This mandala of renewal speaks of the balance of light and darkness within. Another card of celebration. Solstice and celebration. It says, the sacred serpent awakens within your core and watches over you as you descend into the depths of yourself to enter the spiral of life. Honor this sacred time. The serpent guides you in reawakening your light. Honor this sacred time as you enter your inner temple for a journey that can only lead to renewal. Yeah, they're igniting your spark. They're relighting your life. Rise again, dear one, as the serpent rises within you. An aspect of your older self is relaxing and making way for a brighter new self. Yeah, a brighter new self that you've put the work and the time and the energy and the self-reflection into, and it's about to pay off for you big time. And some of you are in the transition, so just keep that in mind. Just keep going. The process can be as simple as you choose it to be. Invite your new self, your higher self within by calling it from your heart. And this is your heart energy right here. And we've got, yeah, growth. Look at that. Another card of growing up, reaching the sky. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards with this. It's time to grow. It's just time. And it's funny, right? It's time to grow. This is beautiful. It's time to leave the older self behind. It's time to shed that skin and allow yourself to grow to the next version of yourself. You know, the perpetual evolution. Just like when we find, you know, the snake skins and they've, you know, they've molted or they've shed their skin, or you find the little spider, you know, in your windowsill, and the spider has molted out of its old self. I feel that you're molting a new self. Yeah, you are. Look at that. And it's interesting, this is cups energy. So we have the moon up here and we have cups down here. Yeah, so there's something definitely in your emotions, in your energetic field, that's affecting the way you speak, the way you communicate, the way that you talk about yourself. And that's why it needs to be released. You have the 9 of Cups, Cups energy again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and look at that golden light. Right? This is joy, happiness, you feeling, you know, with self-reflection here, there's just growing to this new level. I'm just feeling authentic self, like the treasure of your authentic self. You know, 9 of Cups is about, you know, this is about dreams and illusions. And then you have the dream come true card. It's time to grow. And, you know, so this is, I feel that this is your happiness, your joy. This new level that you're going up to, this is what that you're rising up to. This is what it's going to feel like. Remember, we have, and I don't remember if Eagle Medicine, I know we have 2 cards on the table that are about celebration and rejoicing. And this is in your emotional energy. Something you're about to feel really good. When you release this aspect of yourself, look at the difference of these energies. Because remember, we have, you know, mental and emotional, north and south. This is what happens when you release all these fears, the past, another aspect of yourself. When you release it and allow yourself to become your authentic self. Look at here she's under the water. And here, you know, she's jumping in the air, Gemini, with all those cups of water energy. Instead of your fear and your and your anxiety and all that, your illusions, whatever, instead of it drowning you, this next level that you're growing to, this transition that you were in, I just feel liberation from all that used to just, you know how heavy that water is, that water energy. And then you have this lightness. I mean, I love it. And then in the physical, in the West, we have self-love. And we have, so across from self-reflection, so we have self-reflection, self-reflection and self-love. And this is about loving yourself. Making sure your needs are met, knowing that you are just as important as anybody else. It's also a card that attracts a soulmate. You know, when people say, you know, how do you attract someone, a divine partner, you know, an intimate partner? Start loving yourself. That's when you're in the energy of loving yourself and taking care of yourself, being gentle and kind with yourself, giving yourself the things that you need and your nourishment. Your cup runneth over. You have plenty to share with others, right? Because you filled your cup first. But also, you know, that's the vibrancy. You know, I heard just yesterday from another channel, the Cancerian channel. She said, I am my first true love, or I am my true love, or something to that effect. And I was like, that's so powerful. Fall in love with yourself first. Cherish yourself, be true to you, and your needs are important. Self-love. The universe wants you to know that. Yep, oh, look at that, and we get pink. We get change. The thunder moon. So we got a full moon energy card here, which is kind of like, in this oracle deck, kind of like major arcana. When you get the major energy, major shift. But this is, they talked about a transition you're in. This change. And here's the transition. It's change. Right? But this is a card of riding change with joy and ease. And it's an 8. We have a couple 8s here. You might be seeing 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. But it is the energy of Lionsgate in this timeless message that we're in. So very interesting. But yeah, 8 coming around, and you see, look at her face. She's not worried. She's riding this change with joy and ease because she has faith that when this that she will be guided, protected, and wherever it is that this new beginning, wherever it is you're growing to. You know, it's going to be, it's meant to be. It's the place for you. It's a necessary change. And like she's riding, there's the moon, right? And there's this storm of energy coming from the moon, right? And she's riding this egg. And when the storm is over, the egg is going to hatch. Look at, there's the waves. So yeah, you're going through a change. So honor yourself, honor your needs, cherish yourself. You are important. Love yourself. That's what's needed at this time. Yep. And there's the 6 of Wands, the energy of victory. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So we have, you know, a lot of energy, earth, water, and fire energy, and this is victory. This chain. First of all, the universe is telling you you can't go wrong by taking care of yourself, cherishing yourself, honoring your needs. You know, and you're going through this transition, and it's going to end up in a place where you are victorious. The Six of Wands energy, victory, recognition, validation, those who love you, supporting you, reaching this moment, you know, visibility. You know, she's on a higher ground than everybody else. Look at all those hands. All you see is huge hands. And the light is shining on her. In the spotlight, wherever you're leading, wherever you're going to. That's why she's not tripping. Because she knows that she's going to end up here. That's why her face doesn't look stressed, full of fear or anxiety. Because she knows that when this storm is over and she lands, it's gonna, this is a change for the better. It's for your betterment. It's for your wination. Bottom of the deck, yeah, we have Swords energy. There's your energy. So we do have all the elements on the table now. This is you, Gemini. Paralyzed, not moving forward. This is what that fear is doing. It's keeping you from doing something. It's keeping you restricted. And this is also an energy of self-reflection. You don't see your authentic self. You don't see, there's, I don't know if it's your value or your love, or there's something within you that you need to see, a new self-reflection. I know I'm being redundant here and you're quite intelligent and getting all this, but, and we have another 8, and this is the bottom of the deck. It's time for you to grow. It's time for you to move. It's time for you. You're done being static. And it's this perception of yourself, this reflection of yourself that's keeping you stuck. It's time for a new one. It's time to look inside and really see the love, the power. This is a necessary transition. And on the bottom of the moon deck, yep. It's interesting that we got the lunar god with the moon. 2 moon cards that came out. And this is for male or female. I mean, this can definitely, you know, the males, the men's, you might be identifying with this, but it might resonate with you a little more. But this is for everyone. This is about having power and knowing that it's real. I mean, this is about having, you are more powerful than you know. And it's time to step up. It's time to lead. It's time for you to find out how powerful you are. These two almost look alike. It's time for you to find out who you are. It's time to find out, you know, there's a power that is within you, Gemini, that you don't know yet. You don't see yet. Maybe some of you know it's there. You feel it, but you ignore it, as we sometimes do when we're powerful. But you got Ra, the sun god here. You've got this powerful Aztec serpent, you know, this serpent energy. It's time to lead. It's time to step up. It's time to protect those and speak up for those, you know, who aren't as strong as you. And this is also a card of taking care of yourself, nurturing your physical self. It's time for some of you, this is the energy of it's time to get in shape. It's time to have more strength and vitality. That as a side note. But what we got here was another air being associated with water, which is really interesting. We got the heron. So I want you to be aware of how the heron come. We also have the serpent here. So that might be an animal totem. We also have the eagle medicine. We have another winged creature, another air being, the heron. And so just be careful, because that's not be careful. I'm sorry. Be aware, because this is a messenger and affirmation. You know, you might actually see a heron. Someone in front of you at the store could have a conversation about a heron. You could be passing by, you know, a window that has a beautiful picture of a heron, whatever. Just be aware, because it's a confirmation. Life, feminine energy, and renewal. So the moon is feminine energy. And I believe the moon is in this picture, and you've got the moon. It's a feminine energy, meaning your creative, intuitive, emotional, sensing side. Your compassion, your empathy, that's considered feminine energy. The heron is a bird of the water and is thus associated with feminine energy and regeneration. In ancient Egypt, the heron was the first transformer of the human soul after death. So after your old self dies, there's a new self that's going to be born. So this is letting you know that the cycle has come. The heron may be letting you know that a cycle has come to an end. An older part of yourself has fallen away, and to give room for a new self. Transformer of the human soul after death, because it was seen in flight over the fields when the Nile began to flood. It was associated with fertility and the renewal of life. In the Roman epic, the Aeneid, the heron is again a symbol of renewal and is depicted rising from the ashes of the burned city of Ardea. Yep. But what came out when I was shuffling was the Parrot card, which is about love, prophecy, verbosity, and mediation. It's about being a communicator for the divine. And we also had the Dove, sexuality, peace, and divine inspiration, which I thought, wait, is this card? Yeah. I thought was really, I wanted to bring it back out, because when the self-love came out, if you look, there's Dove energy in the self-love. So that being said, yeah, it's time for you to not be afraid to speak your truth, to be renewed, to feel the power of who you are. Remember, this card is about soaring to great heights. Similar color energy is soaring to great heights. Promotion, breakthrough, or advancement. Yeah, you're moving into a whole new level of yourself. So this transition, this change that you're in, that you're about to go through, just trust it. It's for your betterment. And it might be started by you speaking your truth in a situation. Because this right here is not seeing the truth. It's the opposite of seeing the truth. It's seeing the lie and letting it shape and affect your life. How you think about yourself, how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, your self-reflection. And underneath that, we got the Ten of Pentacles. Well, there you go. And the King of Swords. There it is. Beautiful energy. Blossoming and new beginnings. Yeah. Blossoming. It's the same thing. Seven of Pentacles, the growth card. Blossoming and new beginnings with the new moon. All right. Again, remember Aquarius. Remember, Gemini, this is about you and your intuition, what you feel the cards are saying to you, what resonates. And so with that being said, love and lightheartedness.